Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 underrated SUVs that deserve more attention. Number 12, Hyundai Tucson. The Hyundai Tucson is one of those SUVs that rarely gets the attention it deserves. In 2025, the Tucson sits in a price bracket starting around $29,000, making it competitive with rivals yet often overlooked. According to Consumer Reports, the Tucson earns a reliability score of 83 out of 100, which places it above many of the better-known names in the same category. Sales numbers tell a similar story. While some competitors move higher volumes, the Tucson still managed over 150,000 units in the past year in the United States, proving it has a consistent following. Its 5-year cost of ownership also comes in lower than several bigger-selling SUVs, with maintenance and repair expenses averaging around $4,300, which helps stretch the value far beyond the initial sticker price. The Tucson also comes with one of the strongest warranties in the industry, offering 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain. This level of backing adds real confidence for buyers who want to avoid costly surprises down the road. With reliability scores that stand tall, pricing that stays competitive, and ownership costs that are impressively low, the Tucson proves itself as an underrated SUV that deserves far more recognition than it usually gets. Number 11, Chevrolet Trailblazer. The Chevrolet Trailblazer in 2025 is a compact SUV that often flies under the radar despite offering solid value. With a starting price close to $24,000, it enters the market at a budget-friendly point compared to other small SUVs. Consumer Reports places its reliability rating at 79 out of 100, which is higher than several of its direct competitors. Sales performance highlights its quiet popularity. Chevrolet moved nearly 150,000 Trailblazers in the last model year, a sign that while it may not dominate headlines, it continues to find steady demand. Owners benefit from reasonable long-term expenses as well, with average 5-year maintenance and repair costs sitting around $4,200, keeping it accessible for buyers who are careful with their budgets. Fuel economy is another number that works in its favor. The Trailblazer averages about 30 miles per gallon combined, putting it ahead of many rivals in efficiency. That savings stacks up quickly across 12,000 annual miles, giving drivers more value with every fill-up. While it may not grab the spotlight as often as some other SUVs, the Trailblazer balances affordability, reliability, and efficiency in a way that makes it a smart yet underrated pick. Number 10, Mazda CX-50. The Mazda CX-50 in 2025 is often overshadowed by bigger names, but the numbers prove it holds its own. Priced from around $31,000, it offers more than just looks. Consumer Reports gives the CX-50 a reliability score of 82 out of 100, which puts it among the most dependable options in its category. That reliability adds long-term confidence for buyers who don't want surprise expenses later on. Sales have been steadily climbing since launch, with Mazda moving close to 90,000 CX-50 units last year, showing that more people are starting to take notice. What stands out is its cost of ownership. Over 5 years, average maintenance and repair costs come to about $4,500, keeping it competitive with other compact SUVs while still offering above-average dependability. Fuel economy is also worth highlighting. The CX-50 delivers about 28 miles per gallon combined, which is solid for its size. That figure means lower fuel bills each year for drivers covering the standard 12,000 miles annually. With gas prices always shifting, efficiency numbers like these matter more than ever. Mazda also offers a warranty of 5 years or 60,000 miles on the powertrain, which provides decent coverage. Combined with its reliability ratings, buyers get a mix of security and savings. The CX-50 may not be the loudest player in the compact SUV segment, but the numbers show that it deserves much more credit than it receives. Number 9, Genesis GV70. The Genesis GV70 is one of those SUVs that surprises people when they look past the badge. In 2025, the starting price sits at about $45,000, putting it in the luxury category but still lower than many German rivals. Consumer Reports lists its reliability score at 84 out of 100, which is stronger than several SUVs costing $10,000 more. That rating shows it is not just style but lasting quality. Where it becomes interesting is value retention. The GV70 has been holding on to around 58% of its value after 3 years, which is impressive for a luxury SUV where depreciation usually hits hard. Annual maintenance averages just under $900, and across 5 years, repair and upkeep costs run about $4,700. Genesis also offers one of the most generous warranties in the luxury market: 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain. That coverage adds a big layer of security and lowers the risk of owning a premium SUV. The GV70 may not have the decades-long reputation of its rivals, but its mix of reliability, warranty protection, and lower long-term costs proves it deserves far more attention than it currently gets. Number 8. Hyundai Venue. The Hyundai Venue is a small SUV that rarely gets the spotlight, yet it makes a strong case with the numbers. Priced from about $21,000 in 2025, it is one of the most affordable options in its class. Consumer Reports gives it a reliability score of 81 out of 100, a figure that places it above many larger and more expensive models. That score alone proves that the Venue offers value without cutting corners on dependability. Annual running costs also add to its appeal. Owners spend an average of just under $700 per year on maintenance, and over a 5-year span, the Venue racks up around $3,900 in upkeep expenses. That is among the lowest in the SUV market, making it attractive for drivers who want to save money not only at the dealership, but also in long-term ownership. Efficiency is another key strength. The Venue averages 31 miles per gallon combined, a number that puts it ahead of most competitors in the subcompact space. For anyone driving 12,000 miles each year, that fuel economy translates into noticeable savings compared to SUVs that hover around 26 or 27 mpg. Even at a lower price point, Hyundai backs the Venue with its industry-leading 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, something most rivals simply cannot match. Between the low purchase price, strong reliability ratings, and low-cost ownership, the Venue is an underrated SUV that deserves more recognition than it often gets. Number 7. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot has been around for years, but the 2025 model shows why it still deserves more credit than it often gets. Starting at about $39,000, it positions itself in the midsize SUV segment where competition is tough. Yet Consumer Reports gives the Pilot a reliability rating of 82 out of 100, putting it ahead of several popular names that sell in higher volumes. Ownership costs tell a similar story. Over 5 years, the average Pilot racks up about $4,800 in maintenance and repair, which is lower than many three-row rivals. Annual repair bills typically stay under $1,000, helping families keep long-term expenses under control. Honda's resale performance is strong too, with the Pilot holding close to 55% of its value after 3 years, making it a safer bet for buyers concerned about depreciation. Honda supports the Pilot with a 5-year 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, offering coverage that matches industry norms. With its balance of reliability, lower-than-average upkeep costs, and strong resale value, the Pilot proves that even in a crowded field, it remains an SUV that deserves more recognition than it often receives. Number 6. Subaru Crosstrek. The Subaru Crosstrek is often treated as a niche pick, yet the data shows it is one of the most dependable compact SUVs on the market. For 2025, it starts at around $25,000, making it accessible without cutting into quality. Consumer Reports gives the Crosstrek a reliability score of 85 out of 100, which places it near the top of its entire class. That figure explains why so many buyers hold onto their Crosstreks long after the payments are done. The Crosstrek's long-term costs are also impressive. Average 5-year maintenance and repair totals hover near $4,100, noticeably below segment averages. Fuel economy is another strong area. With about 30 miles per gallon combined, the Crosstrek ranks among the most efficient all-wheel drive SUVs available. Over 12,000 miles a year, that advantage can save hundreds of dollars annually at the pump, adding up to significant savings over time. Resale value is also strong, with the Crosstrek retaining close to 57% of its original value after 3 years. That retention rate outperforms several bigger names in the compact SUV space. Subaru's warranty of 5 years or 60,000 miles on the powertrain adds an extra layer of protection, reinforcing its appeal as a reliable long-term choice. While it doesn't always get as much attention as flashier models, the Crosstrek's combination of high reliability scores, low running costs, and strong fuel efficiency proves it deserves more recognition. Number 5. Kia Sportage. The Kia Sportage is one of those SUVs that has quietly built a strong track record while others get more attention. In 2025, its starting price is about $28,000, placing it squarely in the compact SUV segment. Consumer Reports gives the Sportage a reliability score of 83 out of 100, which is higher than many longtime favorites in this space. That number alone makes it stand out for buyers who want proven dependability. Looking at costs, the Sportage averages just over $800 per year in maintenance. Over 5 years, repair and upkeep total around $4,400, making it more affordable to own than many of its competitors. Considering that buyers in this segment often keep their SUVs well past the warranty period, those savings matter in the long run. Fuel economy helps too. With about 29 miles per gallon combined, the Sportage gives owners a fair balance of efficiency without sacrificing usability. Depreciation is also less severe than many expect. The Sportage holds on to nearly 56% of its value after 3 years, putting it ahead of some bigger-name models in resale strength. When you put the numbers together, reliability ratings, ownership costs, efficiency, and resale, the Sportage is clearly more than just another compact SUV. Number 4. Buick Encore GX. The Buick Encore GX often gets overlooked in the crowded small SUV market, yet the numbers show it deserves more credit. In 2025, pricing starts around $27,000, which makes it accessible for a premium-badged vehicle. Consumer Reports gives the Encore GX a reliability rating of 80 out of 100, a score that places it ahead of several competitors in the same price range. Ownership expenses stay within reason too. Over a 5-year span, the Encore GX averages about $4,200 in maintenance and repairs, which is competitive for its class. Annual costs typically stay under $900, helping keep the budget stable even beyond warranty coverage. Buick also provides a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, lining up with segment standards. Efficiency is another reason the Encore GX makes sense. At roughly 30 miles per gallon combined, it outperforms many rivals with similar dimensions. Depreciation rates for the Encore GX are respectable, with the SUV holding on to about 55% of its value after 3 years. It may not be the loudest or flashiest name in the lineup, but the Encore GX stands as a small SUV that earns its spot by the numbers, proving it deserves more attention than it often gets. Number 3. Acura RDX. The Acura RDX doesn't always get the recognition it deserves in the luxury SUV class, but the facts speak for themselves. Priced from about $44,000 in 2025, it undercuts many of its European rivals while still delivering reliability that's hard to ignore. Consumer Reports gives the RDX a reliability score of 82 out of 100, a figure that puts it well above several German models costing thousands more. Maintenance and repair costs are also reasonable for a luxury SUV. Over 5 years, the average spend lands close to $4,800, which is lower than most competitors in its category. Annual upkeep often stays under $1,000, giving owners an easier long-term ownership experience than expected for a premium brand. Fuel efficiency is another highlight. The RDX averages about 25 miles per gallon combined, which edges out some larger luxury SUVs and helps cut costs across the 12,000 miles per year many drivers cover. Acura supports the RDX with a 6-year, 70,000-mile powertrain warranty, one of the better offers in the luxury market. On top of that, the RDX retains around 56% of its value after 3 years, which is strong for its class and a sign of confidence in resale. While it might not always grab the same spotlight as rivals, the RDX backs up its price with reliability scores, efficient fuel use, and solid long-term value. Number 2. Mazda CX-30. The Mazda CX-30 is a subcompact SUV that tends to get less attention than it should, even though the stats prove it's a strong contender. In 2025, it starts at about $24,000, keeping it affordable while still delivering above-average dependability. Consumer Reports gives the CX-30 a reliability rating of 84 out of 100, one of the best scores in its class. Ownership costs are another area where the CX-30 stands out. Over 5 years, average maintenance and repair bills total around $4,200. With annual costs typically staying well under $900, the CX-30 keeps long-term expenses under control. Fuel economy helps seal the deal. The CX-30 delivers about 31 miles per gallon combined, which is better than most small SUVs. With the average driver covering 12,000 miles each year, those numbers mean hundreds of dollars in savings compared to less efficient rivals. Resale value is solid as well. The CX-30 retains close to 57% of its value after 3 years, which is higher than the average for subcompact SUVs. Mazda includes a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, giving buyers decent coverage during the early ownership years. By mixing affordability, excellent reliability ratings, strong fuel efficiency, and healthy resale value, the CX-30 shows why it deserves more attention. Number 1. Toyota Corolla Cross. The Toyota Corolla Cross often gets overshadowed by larger Toyota SUVs, yet it quietly delivers the kind of numbers that make it a standout. In 2025, the starting price is around $23,000, which makes it one of the most affordable entries in the compact crossover space. Consumer Reports rates its reliability at 86 out of 100, a score that sits near the very top of its class and reinforces Toyota's long-standing reputation for building vehicles that last. Looking at ownership costs, the Corolla Cross averages about $3,900 in maintenance and repair across 5 years. That figure is lower than most of its competitors, keeping annual expenses closer to $700 or $800. Fuel efficiency is another reason it shines. With about 32 miles per gallon combined, the Corolla Cross beats out many rivals in the same price bracket. Value retention is also strong, with the Corolla Cross holding roughly 58% of its value after 3 years. That is one of the best resale performances in its segment, ensuring that owners get more back when it's time to sell or trade. Toyota supports the model with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty, which rounds out a reliable package. The Corolla Cross may not generate much buzz, but the combination of reliability scores, low costs, and impressive efficiency proves it's one of the smartest and most underrated SUV buys available today. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.